Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Welcome back. It is the International Greek Food Festival returning to Little Rock this weekend. Our Journey Taylor is out there trying the food. She will preview all the entertainment that's coming all morning here on THV 11. And we're so glad you're with us this morning. On THV 11, some of the dancing going on there. I'm Karen Fuller with meteorologist Tracy Bean and Ashley King. We've been having some fun, and now we're happy to be with you on their streaming channel. We'll get your traffic and your weather. Yeah, everything you need to know for a weekend full of events.
Yeah, there's lots of things going on this weekend.
That's right,
festival-wise.
And in Hot Springs, Bathhouse Row, for example, is still open despite the government shutdown. Things like that.
Yeah, it's a great weekend to do that as well. Weather will be beautiful. And traffic so far hasn't been too bad this morning.
And Hillcrest Arts Fest tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So it's a good weekend to get out.
Just another one.
That's right. Tracy will have all of the weather details, and I think it's a good weekend to get out, right?
It is. Yeah. It is a good weekend to get out. We are talking about the Greek Food Festival. Again, the weather for that is going to be nice again today and tomorrow. But I think folks, it's open early at the Greek Food Festival, so folks may be heading that way. How's that traffic for that?
Traffic is looking good right now. Fridays typically seem to be, we have light traffic, and so hopefully that is the case today. We won't have any issues right now. No issues to talk about. It is 7:01, and if we have heavy volume, we'll find out in the next hour, but it looks pretty good. And so does that sunrise over downtown Little Rock. This is a look at 6:30 right now. You can see the state capitol there off to your left, Arkansas Children's Hospital to your right. 6:30, the volume not looking too bad. Eastbound starting to pick up just a little bit. This is our drive times into downtown Little Rock, and things are looking good so far. This is definitely lighter than what we see Monday through Thursday. So this Friday so far, things looking good. Maybe people are sleeping in, and around 8 we'll see heavier traffic. But Tracy, not bad so far.
No, it hasn't been bad. And if you are headed to the Greek Food Festival, we've got some beautiful weather for you. It is a little warm, but we're looking for those mostly sunny skies today, and that high right around 86. And Saturday, not too bad either. Maybe a few more clouds, but overall the humidity is going to be low both days, really all through the weekend. So it's a nice time to get out and about. Showing you another beautiful sunrise here over our capital city. Beautiful start to the day. It's a tiny bit cooler out there than we've seen the past couple of days, which has been nice. That sunrise around 7:05. So coming up here in about 3 minutes. And sunset at 6:48. That gets just a little bit earlier. 63 in the capital city. Again, it feels a little cool out there. A little breeze out there around 6 miles per hour. Not too bad. So enjoying that. And around the state, we are finally seeing a few more 50s. Yesterday, we didn't hardly see any at all. Maybe we'll start to see a little bit more as we're heading into the weekend. But I love that we're dipping down into those lower 60s again here in the capital city. But things will warm up, but we're going to start to see a cool down next week. And maybe even by mid-October, we're going to start to feel that fall weather stick around for a good long while. We'll talk more about that in my forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Tracy. Developing this morning, Britain is ramping up security at synagogues after a deadly terror attack in Manchester happening on the holy Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur. A 35-year-old man drove into pedestrians outside a synagogue Thursday, attacking them with a knife. 2 people are dead, 4 others are seriously hurt. Police also shot and killed the attacker, who wore a fake explosive vest. And they've also arrested 3 others in connection with the incident. Investigators are still working to determine a motive. Meantime, here at home, we are entering day 3 of the federal government shutdown, and still no clear end in sight. Today, the Senate is to debate rival spending bills from Republicans and Democrats in an effort to reopen the government. CBS News correspondent Tina Kraus has the latest.
Today, the U.S. Senate is set to hold another round of votes, now 3 days into a shutdown stalemate. Republicans insist the only way forward is to pass the House's short-term spending bill.
If we can just find a few more Democrats to join us, we can end this shutdown.
But Democrats won't drop their demands that the bill include federal health care subsidies and protections for Medicaid.
We are ready, we are willing, we are able to sit down with anyone, anytime, any place
The White House is also not budging.
We haven't wanted to negotiate. We just want to keep the government open.
Yesterday, President Trump met with his administration's budget chief, Russ Vought, as he threatens to slash federal jobs and programs.
There could be firings, and that's their fault. We could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut.
In Washington, D.C. and around the country, plans are underway to cope with the shutdown's impact on federal workers.
It will affect, like, say, the next paycheck if we don't get the check. But if they settle it by the 15th, then it'll be okay.
Food banks around the nation, already hit hard with fewer donations, are bracing for even more strain.
We're prepared that there may be an influx of individuals seeking food assistance.
And while thousands of national parks workers are now furloughed, many parks are still open with limited staffing, offering a bright spot for tourists. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Government shutdowns make headlines, but they also reveal the quiet ways that we interact with the federal government every day. As THV 11's Tamer Knight found out, one of those ways is in the school cafeteria. Tamer?
Well, good morning, Karen. The Little Rock School District is working to keep kids fed despite the ongoing government shutdown. LRSD says the message is clear. They want to feed every student and every day. And while a government shutdown raises questions, district leaders say they're prepared. At Little Rock School District, feeding 20,000 students is no small task. The district offers universal free breakfast thanks to SB 59, which uses medical marijuana tax dollars to fund meals statewide. And while these programs rely on state and federal dollars, officials say funding is accessible even during a shutdown. That plus carryover funds means cafeterias stay open and menus are still being planned for the coming months.
We want to be able to feed every student in our district. Every school in Arkansas wants to be able to do that. We have food, of course, for October. We are now doing our menus for November. And so we are a USDA program. We are entitled to state and federal funds. Our funding comes from the taxpayers.
Now, inside the district's warehouse, the shelves are full, but the district is looking beyond the lunch line. Walker Hines says her only concern is what the district is going to do for those families directly impacted by the shutdown. Now, leaders say they'll keep a close eye on Washington and on those families who count on them. But for right now, for THV 11 News, I'm Tamer Knight.
All right, Tamer, thank you. In other news, the director of Hot Springs Tourism wants to be clear the Spa City is open for business with only a few areas inside the national park closed. As I said earlier, most of Bathhouse Row remains open since those are privately operated. One notable exception, though, is the Fordyce Bathhouse Visitor Center, but trails and campgrounds are still widely accessible. Steve Aronson with Visit Hot Springs says federal employees are even stepping up as volunteers during this busy season in the park.
Thank goodness for the national park employees that said they'll come in and work without a paycheck to let all this happen for us, because, you know, big time of the year for us, the fall in Hot Springs.
And many favorite spots are still open to visitors, including most trails, the Grand Promenade, the hot water fountains, which are a big draw for campers. The mayor of Taneytown is under fire after a judge ruled she misused public money to pay a private law firm. Court documents say Mayor Angela Russell spent more than $15,000 in city funds to hire the Richard Mays law firm. The firm represented 18 residents, including Mayor Russell, in their fight against expanding the Eco Vista landfill. The judge determined the legal work served private individuals, not the city. Russell's attorney, though, says the money was paid back to the city in November of 2024, but attorney Joey McCutcheon, who filed the lawsuit, argues the spending was illegal in the first place and demanded accountability.
You know, when a mayor's spending $15,000 of taxpayer money on private attorneys, you know, that's just wrong.
Mayor Russell defends the payment, saying the law firm's work and depositions benefited both the city and the residents. All right, check this out. A major addition is now underway at Joe T. Robinson High School, designed to give students more space and greater opportunities to grow. After years of planning, construction has officially begun on a large-scale expansion at the high school. The project will bring new classrooms, broaden academic pathways, and provide students with additional resources to help them succeed beyond graduation.
The students are going to be even more excited when they see a rock moved, a brick laid, and buildings start to, you know what I'm saying, go on up.
The addition is expected to take about 21 months to finish, ushering in a new chapter for the school and its rapidly growing student body. Researchers at UAMS and the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville have wrapped up what they call the first ever statewide health survey. The project enrolled 10,000 participants and focused on areas like maternal health, chronic conditions, tobacco use, and behavioral health. Researchers say the results emphasize Arkansas's consistently low scores on national health surveys. The data from this survey will be available online next year, with additional state universities joining to help analyze the findings. Arkansas Governor Sanders says Google is making a multi-billion-dollar investment in the state. The tech giant confirming it will build a data center in West Memphis, a project spanning 1,100 acres that could take about 2 years to finish, but eventually employ more than 10,000 workers. Similar data centers are planned for Conway and Little Rock, though the companies involved have not yet disclosed their names. Now let's check in with Ashley King and a look at the traffic on this Friday morning. Ashley?
Hey Karen, yeah, traffic's looking good so far. We're starting to see our usual slowdown on 30 eastbound. Get a closer look at exactly how slow that is going right now. So yeah, checking that out. Let's zoom in, and it is pretty slow, but just in this one area, it's not backing up too much. So moving at about 46 miles per hour, a little bit slower as you get closer to Alexander there. So not too bad. That's really our only slowdown right now. This is a look at I-30 around 3rd Street. Not a lot of vehicles. Our volume is pretty light on this Friday morning, which tends to be the case from time to time. Your drive times into downtown Little Rock, this is what it looks like. So looking pretty good and tasting pretty good in our studio today too. Shout out to this new place here in Little Rock, Beignets and Brew. And this is all thanks to, Tracy, you got to grab you some of these. They brought us some beignets this morning.
Yum.
Thanks to the people at the Greek Food Festival. Look at these. Oh my goodness.
I love it.
So this is a new spot in Riverdale if you want to check it out.
So look to your left, Ashley. Look who has found you and the food. So we have George here with us today. It's definitely going to be a fun THV 11 Plus, and of course he'll be on the Vine as well. We're starting to see a beautiful day to get out and about and maybe walk your very own little George here. We are looking for highs today right around 87 and not as many 90s across the state today, which is nice out there. Those afternoons will continue to stay a bit warm. So if you are out walking, again, make sure you got a little extra water for the dogs, as we are looking at those temperatures staying well above average. We should be around 79. So again, looking very, very warm. He's decided he's just going to lay down. So we are looking for those temperatures to drop down as we're heading into next week. And so that'll be nice as we're starting to see maybe a little fall come about. Now those lower 60s will continue for the weekend when you'll wake up, and a little bump up for the early part of next week. And then we're going to start to see those mornings being just a little bit cooler as well again. So humidity, not an issue at all. Even though we are seeing those above average temperatures, humidity is going to be low. So it is going to be nice out there. Get out and enjoy this late summer kind of weather. We're going to start to see fall moving in before long.